around Dallas. Janelle Hicks is their operations manager.
How many a day?
We are doing about 2,000 to 3,000 a day. I see more people that are just thankful. Some people that are using money for bills. Now they don't have to use it on the food.
How many meals you eat?
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel very good.
The coronavirus has taken much from all of us. But for Keith Branch, this is an opportunity to practice what he preaches by doing unto others who need a simple act of human kindness.
If you just believe that God put you out here for a purpose, you're going to inspire somebody. So you have a blessed day, okay?
A gold standard we could all live by. Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Dallas.
That's like a real steel door.
And that's the CBS Weekend News for this Saturday. Later on CBS, 48 Hours. And don't forget, Sunday Morning with Jay and Pauly, first thing tomorrow. I'm Major Garrett in Washington. Good night.
Right now, we'll introduce you to a Wisconsin man who's doing thousands of push-ups every day to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And 6 months into the coronavirus pandemic, health experts warn it could be another year before things return to normal. Plus, what a former Packers coach is saying about the pandemic's effects on the Green Bay economy.
This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 6. I'm Amanda Quintana. Yesterday, people across the country paused and commemorated the 19th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. One man is honoring those who died all year by raising more than $1 million. Gabriela Becerra explains.
414 push-ups. That's the number of first responders who died on 9/11. It's also the number of push-ups one Wisconsin man is doing at 9 different locations today in honor of those who died.
Thoughts of the first responders who died on 9/11 weigh heavy on Nate Carroll's mind today.
It's hard to believe it's been 19 years.
He's doing 9 sets of 414 push-ups, each set at different police departments and fire stations in the greater Madison area.
What did it feel like to you when you hit that number?
That's good. Then I have to figure out how to get to the next spot, so.
Carroll's challenge is a part of something bigger. He's attempting to do 1.5 million push-ups this year and in turn raise $1.5 million for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation's Fallen First Responder program.
This foundation steps in if a firefighter or police officer is killed in the line of duty and they leave behind a young family. This foundation steps in and pays off that mortgage so the family can stay in that home.
To meet this goal, Carroll says he does 4,000 push-ups every day.
You got to have balance, and you got to get up early. You got to hit the floor often. But I always keep in mind that every push-up that I do potentially earns $1 for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Carroll says it's his way of thanking the many first responders right here in our own community.
Any inconvenience or difficulty that I have doing push-ups, it's nothing compared to what police officers, firefighters face across this country currently, and especially if they're killed in the line of duty. It's nothing compared to what those families that leave behind those heroes have to deal with.
Carroll is doing push-ups all year, attempting to break a record of most push-ups done in a 12-month period. It was last set back in 1989. In Madison, I'm Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
You can support Nate's challenge and the Tunnel to Towers Foundation through donations on their website. We have that link on channel3000.com. Let's get a look at your first warned weather now with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Another pretty gray day.
Another gray day, a little cloudy outside, a little rainy also, but we are slowly getting back to some sunshine tomorrow. So we still got the rest of the evening with the clouds hanging around. Here's a live look with our Edgewater sky cam of downtown. Not quite as chilly today. High temperatures in the mid-60s with a calm breeze coming through. Dew points, though, in the low 60s. So you may notice it feels just a little humid outside, even though temperatures are in the 60s currently. So it doesn't feel muggy, just a little humid. These scattered showers have been passing through over the last several hours. Right now, as we look at our high-resolution radar, we aren't picking up any rainfall currently, but you could still see a few light isolated raindrops falling down. Wouldn't be surprised if things still feel just a little misty outside. The rain will come to an end tonight. The sunshine returns tomorrow. And for next week, we had a nice little drier stretch. Several days of just sunshine. Not a lot of rain opportunities in our next 10-day forecast. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead, though, in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. Turning to our coronavirus headlines, 12 more Wisconsinites are dead as the number of COVID-19 cases in the state continues to surge. The state's 7-day average of positive tests is above 13%. 11.6% of tests came back positive over the last 24 hours. Combined data from DHS and county dashboards also shows nearly 1,200 new cases. 9,400 of the state's 87,000 cases remain active. UW-Madison is seeing a significant drop in new cases. The university's dashboard says 90 more students tested positive yesterday, bringing the all-time total to more than 1,800. But the number of students tested on campus dropped dramatically from Thursday. Only 865 students were tested. That's about a third of the amount tested the day before. We're still waiting to hear from UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank and Interim System President Tommy Thompson. We reached out to both of their offices again today. Thompson's office has not replied. Blank's office says she plans on taking questions from the media early next week. It comes as students enter the 4th day of a 2-week quarantine inside 2 on-campus residence halls. 22 fraternity and sorority houses are also now under mandatory quarantine after outbreaks. The U.S. is heading towards 6.5 million cases of coronavirus as the nation's death toll approaches 194,000 people. And there's a new development on the vaccine front. CBS News' Michael George has more.
The pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca has restarted clinical trials of its Oxford coronavirus vaccine in Britain after a health agency said it's safe to resume. Days ago, AstraZeneca paused its phase 3 trial of a possible COVID-19 vaccine when one participant came down with an illness. But even when a vaccine is approved, Dr. Anthony Fauci says it will be some time before life returns to normal.
If you're talking about getting back to a degree of normality which resembles where we were prior to COVID, it's going to be well into 2021, maybe even towards the end of 2021.
In an interview Friday, Fauci expressed some worry that more states are taking steps to further reopen their economies.
I am concerned when I see things starting to move indoors, and that becomes more compelling when you get into the fall and the winter season.
After a shutdown that's lasted more than 2 months, most bars in Florida are set to reopen Monday at half capacity, even as the state struggles with one of the highest positive COVID-19 test rates in the nation.
This is just the rainbow after the storm that's starting to show up.
But bars in Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties will remain closed for now. In Nebraska, where cases are rising, the governor is ending nearly all social distancing restrictions in bars, churches, and gyms beginning on Monday. There are signs, though, that many are still too concerned to even begin a return to normal.
We sanitize the bus morning before we leave.
This school bus in Long Island, New York, typically transports 40 students. On Friday, there were only 5. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
AstraZeneca says it'll work with health authorities across the world to determine when other clinical trials, including the one here at UW Hospital, can resume. Former Packers head coach Mike Holmgren says President Trump's handling of the pandemic is hurting Green Bay businesses. The Super Bowl winning coach appeared on a Zoom call with the mayor of Green Bay for the Biden campaign earlier today.
Because of its size, there will never be another team able to be in a city the size of Green Bay. The people own the football team, and it means so much to them. And now to start the season tomorrow and with nobody in the stands and nobody in the parking lot and not having it be what it always has been, it has to be very, very hard for those folks. It didn't have to be this way. It really didn't. If you think about it, it did not have to be this way.
According to the Green Bay Press Gazette, each Packers home game provides $15 million in economic impact to the city. Right now, the Packers plan on playing their first 2 games at Lambeau Field this season without fans. President Trump is heading back on the campaign trail tonight. He will speak to supporters at an airport in Minden, Nevada. It's scheduled to start at 9 o'clock. The rally was supposed to be held in Reno, but the airport there rejected it, saying the 5,000-plus visitors violated county orders. The latest New York Times polls find likely voters in Nevada support Joe Biden over the president 46% to 42%. More local news now. Members of the Madison community are sharing their input on what they want to see in the city's next chief of police. The Madison Police and Fire Commission hosted the first of 2 virtual community listening sessions this afternoon. People can join via Zoom, by calling, or watching a live stream on the city's website. The PFC's next listening session will be on Thursday night. Applications for the city's chief of police are due on Monday. Portage Police is still looking for a man wanted in connection with a stabbing early yesterday morning. Police say 37-year-old Canyon Thixton is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone who sees him is asked to call 911 and not attempt to make contact with him. Authorities say they don't think he's still in the Portage area. There is a felony warrant out for his arrest. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, more people are buying fire pits for their homes this fall. What Consumer Reports says you need to know before you gather around the campfire. And tonight on News 3 Now at 10, as gun sales surge in southern Wisconsin during the pandemic, hear why gun shop owners think more people are buying more than ever before.
Once Weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like Emily lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds. Oh!
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk.
Oh?
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh.
Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once Weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 for a 1-month or 3-month prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about Once Weekly Ozempic.
Families are reeling right now, enduring illness, losing their employers' plans in droves. They need lifelines now. My plan lowers healthcare costs, gets us universal coverage quickly when Americans desperately need it. This is my promise to you. When I'm president, I will take care of your healthcare coverage and your family the same way I would my own. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Nothing says fall like gathering around a campfire. With many people staying home and socially distancing, online searches for fire pits have been twice as high compared to previous years. But before you break out the marshmallows, experts at Consumer Reports say a few precautions can go a long way in creating safe and fun outdoor memories. Josh Sprider has more.
Gathering around a fire is the perfect summer to fall activity. It's festive, fun, and relatively inexpensive. But every year, more than 5,000 people end up in the emergency room with fire pit or outdoor heater-related injuries. The experts at Consumer Reports share some fire pit safety tips to prevent those accidents from happening.
Ideally, you want to place your fire pit or chimenea away from any structures, your house, any sheds, anything that could possibly burn. Go at least 10 feet away and preferably up to 25 feet.
Raising your fire pit off of the ground is ideal, but be sure to follow the maker's instructions about how high it should be and what surfaces can be underneath.
You want to keep the fire away from anything natural that can burn, trees, bushes, and so forth. Clear overhead so the smoke can rise up. Keep in mind, you don't need a spark to start a fire. If brush is dry and brittle enough, the heat alone can ignite it.
CR says different types of wood create different types of fires. Avoid softer woods like pine or cedar because they tend to smoke and spark. Instead, choose woods that burn longer like hickory, oak, or ash.
And the best thing about hickory is it has that wonderful campfire smell.
Once you've got a crackling fire, place a spark screen on top of the pit and keep a garden hose nearby to handle anything that gets out of control. When it's time to call it a night, spread out the coals ash and any unburnt logs in the thinnest layer possible. Then set your garden hose nozzle to wide spray and saturate the area until the embers die. With this Consumer Reports, I'm Josh Breiter for News 3 Now.
CR says never use a bucket of water to put out your fire. Dumping water on a wood-burning fire forms a hard crust on top, which can leave hot coals still burning underneath. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, the Dane County Humane Society is making sure no pet goes hungry during the pandemic. Plus, the skies will start to clear up as the weekend ends. Dana has your first warn forecast next.
Right now, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Donald Trump is lying again. Joe Biden will not raise taxes on anyone making under $400,000. Biden will close tax loopholes for big corporations. Trump's tax cut giveaway exploded our debt, so he's threatening Social Security and Medicare. Biden will make the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share, so we can protect Social Security and Medicare and invest in schools and health care.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
We made USAA insurance for veterans like Liz and Mike, an Army family who's always at the ready. So when they got a little surprise, they didn't panic. They got a bigger car for their soon-to-be bigger family. After shopping around for insurance, they called USAA, who helped find the right coverage for them and even some much-needed savings.
That was the easy part.
USAA insurance has made the way Liz and Mike need it easy. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
We are the Thrivers, women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in postmenopausal women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant. In a clinical trial, Kisqali plus fulvestrant helped women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Right now, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Dane County Humane Society is helping local residents support their furry neighbors. The nonprofit hosted a drive-through pet food pantry today to support local pet owners. The event offered contactless pickup for free dog and cat food. All of the pantry supplies were donated from Dane County residents.
We're happy to facilitate it. This is really a story more about how Dane County residents are supporting each other.
The nonprofit has already donated 6,000 pounds of pet food to the community. Organizers say they hope today's pantry allowed them to increase that number. The Humane Society also recently hosted a drive-through vaccine clinic. Organizers say they plan on doing similar events in the future. Madison businesses are supporting the group Dreamers of Wisconsin in their first market-style fundraiser. The organization is dedicated to providing financial and mental health resources to students. Dreamers of Wisconsin hopes to combat discrimination in the higher education system. Today, raising money through selling donated food and art.
Here in Wisconsin, undocumented students don't actually get in-state tuition. A lot of them are charged with out-of-state tuition fees, which is very expensive just for any average family.
Members say the goal is to raise $100,000 in the next year. All proceeds from today's market will support scholarships for both documented and undocumented students. The market will be open again on West Doty Street tomorrow from 10 to 4. Well, hopefully we will see some sunshine then, because I miss it a little. I miss the sunshine, Dana.
Of course. I think everyone right now just wants a little dose of it. Even if you do like the rain, the cloudy skies. I personally really like the rain and cloudy skies, but again, a bit of sun to come back in, and maybe a few more 70-degree days would be nice for us. We're going to see that coming through tomorrow. We're also keeping an eye on our Gulf right now. We have our next name system we're keeping an eye on. Tropical Storm Sally moving over the very end of Florida, crossing through Miami right now. Still a tropical storm, but once the storm gets away from the land and into the warm Gulf waters, it is likely going to strengthen. A lot of our storm systems quickly ramp up once they get over those warm Gulf waters. So it's something we're going to monitor very closely over the next few days, because it's expected to swing up northwest, impacting yet again the Louisiana coastline, likely passing up towards the Mississippi and Alabama coastline. Could become a Category 1 hurricane before it makes landfall, looking closer to the middle of the week, like late in the day on Tuesday. Right now, again, it's still just a tropical storm, but once it gets away from the land, these storms grow when they're over the water. It could strengthen again before swinging through the southeast. So dealing with yet another named system as we continue to march through the Atlantic hurricane season. For us, the rain really wrapping up. We had a few light showers passing through over the last few hours. Still cloudy outside. You still might feel a little bit of a mist or drizzle, especially if you're driving around noticing it a little bit, but we're not picking up anything on our radar. Steadily overnight, the cloud coverage of rain all clears out. So by Sunday morning, we're partly sunny, and then through the afternoon, we will become mostly sunny. So we get that glowing globe back in the sky again. The sunshine will return. Afternoon highs will be in the mid to low 70s with our breeze coming in from the northwest for Sunday. By Monday, we're expecting mostly sunny skies throughout the day, so the sun's sticking around with us to start off the week. High temperatures will be staying in the low 70s, so a nice trend. Overnight, we won't drop too much because we are going to hold on to that cloud coverage for a few more hours. So we stay in the 60s up until just before midnight, and then temperatures will be dropping to the mid 50s for overnight lows. Tomorrow in the low 70s, so pretty close to average. Again, skies becoming mostly sunny, and it is going to be a little milder outside, as today we've kind of stayed in the mid 60s for afternoon highs. 73 for Sunday, and for Monday, we stay mostly sunny for the next several days. A nice little dry stretch to kind of wring everything out, dry out all that dampness right now. We'll be close to 80 degrees by Wednesday. That's our mild day for the week. A slight chance for rain on Thursday. We backed off a bit on those rain chances towards the end of the week with partly sunny skies for both Thursday and Friday. And then temperatures will be close to 70 heading into next weekend and the following week.
Nice. It'll be nice to have some more 70-degree days.
70-degree days, sunny days too, so you can enjoy the fall weather.
All right. Thank you so much, Dana. Less than 24 hours until Aaron Rodgers and company take the field for the first time this season. We hear from the QB next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
In the race for a vaccine, the finish line is approaching. Safety protocols in place. And the greatest economy the world has ever seen coming back to life. But Joe Biden wants to change that.
I would shut it down.
Why would we ever let Biden kill countless American businesses, jobs, and our economic future when President Trump's great American comeback is now underway?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. Download the Channel 3000 Firstborn app, sponsored by Group Health Cooperative, and be prepared for anything headed our way.
So, how's saving for the renovation going?
All done.
I will never understand how you do it.
Easy. She saves with BMO Harris. We give you a cash reward for every month you save.
So BMO will give me cash for saving money?
You bet.
Can the subject hold position 2, please?
How's this?
That's art.
That makes saving look good.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. Get a $5 reward every month you save $200 or more in a new BMO Statement Savings account.
If I'm your president, on day one, we'll implement the national strategy I've been laying out since March. We'll develop and deploy rapid tests with results available immediately. We'll make the medical supplies and protective equipment that our country needs. We'll make them here in America. We'll have a national mandate to wear masks not as a burden, but as a patriotic duty to protect one another. In short, we'll do what we should have done from the very beginning. Our current president has failed in his most basic duty to the nation. He's failed to protect America. And my fellow Americans, that is unforgivable. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America. I will defend us from every attack, seen and unseen, always, without exception, every time. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Sure, our cheese, farmers market, and the Badgers are great, but what is the absolute coolest thing made in Wisconsin? It's up to you to decide. We'll have a preview of what you can vote for this year. Join us Sunday morning at 6:30.
Well, this just in tonight, the Big Ten's presidents and chancellors will reportedly meet tomorrow to possibly vote on when football could possibly restart. The conference's medical subcommittee met today to figure out and review all of the latest medical information and safety protocols. So again, there could be a revote tomorrow on the possibility of a Big Ten football this fall. That is right, this fall in a couple of months. So Aaron Rodgers, meanwhile, will be playing tomorrow along with the rest of his team and at a very empty U.S. Bank Stadium. The Vikings are not allowing any fans at their games for at least the first 2 games. So obviously there will be a lack of real crowd noise, and that'll definitely be a factor for the start of the season. The NFL says teams can pump in fake noise up to the decibel level that is the same as a vacuum. So you can definitely sense a different experience, one that Aaron Rodgers knows they'll take advantage of at certain stadiums.
Obviously, going to be different playing in a stadium like that, or New Orleans, Atlanta, some of these places, Kansas City, Seattle, might lose some of those home field advantages that they've enjoyed by a loud, raucous crowd. So it will be strange. I think there'll be new types of strategy involved. I think the metaphorical jazz hands will be the understanding that everything you say now is heard.
And will we see another pitcher's duel today between the Cubs and Brewers? Well, we've got Kyle Hendricks and now Brent Suter on the mound for their respective teams. Brett Anderson was a late scratch after having some issues in his hips, but Craig Counsell is hopeful that he'll be able to pitch on Monday. Well, and Middleton boys volleyball coach Ben White was diagnosed with lymphoma last September. He went into what he calls coach mode. What's the plan? What are the next steps? Let's fight this thing. Now, almost a year later, Coach White is in remission and is ready to give back to all of the people who helped him. That includes Gilda's Club, a center that provides free support to families and children dealing with cancer, and a place that Coach White is truly grateful for.
I know all the questions that I had that doctors would give you the medical answer for, other patients would give you what they were dealing with and their side effects and how they were feeling through everything, and that was so great.
And Amanda, so in order to raise money for Gilda's Club, Ben and his family members, they'll be running 13 miles tomorrow. It's the 1-year anniversary of his diagnosis. So, I mean, it's hard for normal human beings to run 13 miles, I think. So truly is going to be a wonderful feat for him to accomplish, I think.
It's nice to see him doing well. Thank you so much, Melissa. Let's take one final look at weather.
Thankfully, tomorrow should be nice and sunny for them. We're expecting temperatures in the low 70s. Mostly sunny skies continue for the start of next week, and we'll stay nice and dry for the next several days. So a good opportunity. Again, things are a little soggy right now, so just to dry up a little bit before our next small chance for showers starts to develop. There's a slight chance on Thursday. We've kind of backed off a bit on our rain chances with partly sunny skies for Thursday and for Friday. Temperatures by the end of the week heading into next weekend and the following week will be close to 70 for afternoon highs with overnight lows near 50 degrees. So I did have to bite the bullet over the last few days and turn the heat on for the pets. I mean, they're just a little chilly on their little paws, but for the next few days, we're going to get back to some 70s, and that'll be really nice outside. Yeah, we're looking at a good trend.
Yeah, the pets will enjoy that too.
They'll enjoy that, yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.